So we did get a sell on the indicator here. Since we're having this leg up, it's a high probability that New York's going to continue. It's a high probability that New York's going to continue, but again, we're going to look for some kind of a pullback. Now, again, I've been saying this for a while now too, NAS has not yet recaptured all of FOMC. And I think this is really what's holding us back. Right? If NAS would recapture FOMC, we'd probably already be at new all-time highs. But NAS has not recaptured it yet. It's just very heavy basing. All right. And so far on gold, we've came down, and this is basically the first test off of last week's low. There's likely going to be another one at some point. Now, we don't know when that is, so we're going to have to wait for that. And so honestly, I would say this would have been a decent buy to take off of the back test of last week's low, of this last demand zone over here. Now, if we pull up the bands for the indicator, we're sitting right here at about 910 on the lower, and on the upper, we're sitting at about 966. Look at that, just about up there at the high. At the current moment, we are re-entering this range. All right, now we are finding a little bit of resistance. All right, and we're going to find a little bit of resistance, and so what really recaptures the upper zone, what I would be looking for in terms of a buy. All right, but now since we have now failed a zone and have not recovered it, this is where we can start potentially looking for sells. And where I'd be looking for sells is on a back test of the previous breakdown zone. It should be either here at 2910 or 2905. At 2935, you can see we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 tests of resistance against it, which we have now cleared it, and now it's becoming support. Majority of the time, support or resistance becomes support. All right, so we're accepting this zone here at 935. And so what we would potentially want to see today is potentially a new leg up. Now, there is the opportunity that we do come down and retest this lower end zone here at 2906. So you got to be aware of that. And so what I would say is likely any crosses from 935, right, to the downside, 2935 to the downside could likely bring us either down here to VWAP, okay, the weekly, or somewhere around this lower band before moving back up. We have the upper way up here at 146. Again, we got a little bit lower liquidity. A little bit lower liquidity, but 146 is just about up here at Asia's high. All right, so a little bit lower liquidity because we're in an uptrend. So again, it's the same thing on NAS. I'm looking for 120 to hold. That's where the current low is right now on this uptrend. So 120 fails. 120 fails. We're dipping down to 615. We fail 615, dipping back down to 100. Otherwise, we look for any new low to be painted. We get into a buy here at a retest buy on 6120, and then we look for it to bust through and keep going through the 137 or 140, 137 area, and then bust back up through here.